flour on the table of the counter, like so. Then I will take one of my dough balls. Let's see which one I'll take. Like this one. And I'm going to make a disc. Bigger than a hockey puck. More like a large whoopie pie. Put it down and right like that. I'm going to form it nicely. Now I'm going to roll out the pie crust in the points of the compass. That means take my lightly with if it's a heavy rolling pin. You don't want to like attack the dough. You're going to go north, south, east, west first. North, south, east, west. And then you're going to put your pin down. Oh, excuse me. Then you're going to go northeast, southwest, and the other point of the compass. So there's really 8 points in the compass, not 4. So then you're going to form it nicely again. Now we're almost to the shape of a mini pizza. This is the important part, is to reshape the edge. Okay, so now we're going to do the points of the compass again, which there are 8 points of the compass. We're going to go north, south, east, west, and then the other 2. So, okay, so then we're going to form it up again nicely. So you only do the points of the compass 2 times. Okay. The trick is not to overhandle your dough. So, this time we're going to go around the world from the middle, and I go counterclockwise. Stroke to stroke to stroke to stroke to stroke, and it should only be 1 time around the world. There I go. But at this point, I gotta see what size I rolled. Because there's 9-inch pans and there's 10-inch pans. So I have a 10-inch pan, so I'm gonna have to go around the world another time. But lightly. Because you need to get like 2 inches bigger than the plate or the top ridge. You need 2 inches extra. And then that means it'll sink to the bottom of the pie pan. Okay, here I go. Get my extra couple of inches that I need for the 10-inch pan. At this point, you can tell which is the thicker sides. So you can get extra off the thicker sides. Now, let's look. Looks like I've got a good 2-inch rim around that pan. Now this is important. You want to take it and roll it onto this pin, which means you're going to take a little edge there, put a little flour, oops, a little flour there. Take the edge like so, and gently roll it onto the rolling pin, like that. Then bring your dish over, lift it up, and make sure you have extra over the edges, and you roll it right on. Voila, it's on there. Then you let it sink to the bottom. See? That's sunk right into the edges, to the very cracks. Touch the very crack. Get it down there so you don't get any air pockets. Like so. What I do is I find a little extra edge, trim it, like so, dip my finger in the water, and make this like glue, and lay this on so that you have ample dough over the edge. so. Now, this point, I'm going to put the apples into the pan. So what I try to do is get the apples to the edges first so that there's no airspace down there, because you have so many apples, you want to get them sort of tight in there. It's good to have extra apples. Okay, so I try to get things tucked up to the edge first, like so. And for a 10-inch pie, this is 8 cups of apples chunked up. Then I dump the rest in like so. And now at this point, I'm going to put 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter on the top of the chunks. So I best go get my butter. See how I sort of bring it to the edges like that. At this point, if you don't have enough apples, just put apples, cut some more and put it on the top. You can tell that you like it mounded. It could be even mounded more than this. At this point, I'm going to chunk the butter and put little chunks, because in with the apples is flour, which when it cooks, it makes the sugary sauce because there's flour and butter in there. So see how I'm chunking? Put it all over like that. So like that. Okay, now I'm going to do the next crust. It's important to make this a round disc. That's a crack. That's a potential crack. So you're going to make it into a ball before you start to push it into a disc. You're going to make sure you don't create a crack. So I'm actually doing a nice whoopie pie, and I'm forming it. Don't overhandle, remember. Don't overhandle it if you want a flaky crust. I have to take water with my fingers, and I have to put water at this rim because that's like a glue. When the second crust comes down upon on the first crust, there's a glue there because I put water like that. I'm sealing the 2 layers. Do, 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 do. Dab, 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 all the way around. I'm going to lift up, that flaps down. You hear me? That flaps down. And then I'm going to lay it on where I think it needs to be, and voila. Okay, so now at this point I can lift with my hands gently like that, and if I want to bring some more over to this side, I can do that. So you can actually lift on it and jiggle it into place. Then you go like this with your thumbs, and you're making the seal with that water. See, I'm sealing it. And then now you've got an irregular edge. So basically, at this point, I want to have like about, from the ridge, I want to have 1 inch out, because I got to roll that into the fluted, or whatever they call it, fluked edge. So I'm going to keep going. And there's extra here. And I know where the extra is because you can feel it. And sometimes you can feel a slight side, like right here. And what you would do then is you would take the extra, and there'll be extra, and make a patch. See right there? I'll be a patch, like so. Now that's sealed with water. Okay, so now at this point, you're going to roll it like you're rolling a cigarette or a joint. It goes like this. Okay. Although I don't smoke cigarettes, and I only tried a joint once. But I remember wrapping it. So, see how I got it tucked together so there's not going to be a leak? So you're rolling it under and under and under, not just lightly. Very determined to roll it under and get it all tucked under there. You don't want to leak. So I can go again like that and see how it's getting tighter. Getting tighter. tighter. Then I go sort of like this with my hand so it sort of sticks up, this edge. Now, what I do is you can do this with a teaspoon, you can do it with your thumb. I like to do it with a spoon. And I go and I push. But I also keep my finger under there. You see it? Because I want to make sure there's not going to be a leak. I go all the way around. Okay, so now it's all done. So it needs two more things actually. It needs an egg and milk wash that keeps this rim from burning. The other method is to have a pie rim and not put an egg wash. But I like the egg wash. Okay, so I'm going to go into the kitchen, I'm going to make an egg wash, and I'm going to brush it on. It's really one egg and a little bit of milk. You don't use the whole egg. And you brush it on, and then you put holes in the top, 4 holes, so that pie vents. That's it. Now I put it up to 425. If you have a very hot oven, you can go to like 415. This is a glass pan, so you might want to bring it to 415 instead of 425. But it's going in now for 50 minutes.